and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Hot Wheels 2024 Stars and Stripes series. Two things need to be said real quick before we go ahead and start this video. Number one, this video was meant to be uploaded on July 4th, and I had to take a break from YouTube because I was very busy, so I ended up missing that. However, here we are reviewing it a week late. That's fine, but here it is. Number two, this was also not the plan for 4th of July. The plan for 4th of July was to review the Spin Master Monster Jam Stars and Stripes trucks. However, because I live in the middle of Wyoming, I'm probably never going to see those because Spin Master's distribution is garbage. So yeah, I ended up getting stuck with this, which also kind of sucks because in my opinion, the Hot Wheels 2024 Stars and Stripes series is easily their worst Stars and Stripes series. I feel like they genuinely could have done a better job with these, but you know, it's kind of disappointing that these ended up being the way that they are. Also, they were peg warmers at my Walmart. Absolutely nobody wanted these. But then again, I think they re-released them, if I'm not mistaken. I think they actually went back and re-released this series for this year's 4th of July, which, I mean, I don't know. I have no proof of that because I didn't look into it, but either way, here we go. This is the Hot Wheels 2024 Stars and Stripes collection. Unlike previous years, where we usually get 10 cars per Stars and Stripes series, you guys know that this series only happens every other year. This is so far the lowest amount of cars we've gotten in one set, with only 5. 2 years ago, 2022, 3 years ago for us anyways, 2022, we got an 8-car set, which was less than usual because, like I said, we normally get 10. And then my first ever Stars and Stripes series that I reviewed, my first ever formal in this box review, was the 2020 collection of Stars and Stripes, which is still to this day my favorite because it had my favorite cars that I've reviewed so far. And it was just a really great set. Also, for those of you who don't know, the Stars and Stripes collection also has a fun gimmick with the card backs that I will show off at the end of the video. But with that being said, we've already wasted 2.5 minutes. Let's just get into reviewing the cars with our first one of the video, which is the 2013 Dodge SRT Viper. Also, the other thing I want to point out with this series is that usually the Stars and Stripes collection is full of a mix. It's usually like a couple of new cars and then a majority vintage vehicles. You know what I'm saying? This series was majority new cars, which also got it a lot of hate from people because a lot of people were upset that this series had only 5 cars in it, and then they were all new age vehicles, which, you know, a lot of people who are into Stars and Stripes stuff aren't necessarily a fan of the newer stuff. You know, we're old school people. But with that being said, let's get into it. Dodge SRT Viper starting us off with this one. And like usual, I'm going to cut it out of the package because that is how I roll around here. I want to preserve the card to the best of my ability, especially considering that, like I said, there is a fun gimmick on the card with this one. So I want to, like I said, I want to preserve the card because I want you to see what the fun gimmick is. And of course, like I said, I have reviewed 2 other sets of these before on the channel. I kind of wish that, like the spring cars, they did a set of these every year, but I can understand why they don't. But because the spring cars, for those of you who don't know, I think I've done 6 total videos on spring vehicles. I've done so many. Spring series is one of the very few that I can actually keep up with. All right, here we go. First car of the video, the Dodge SRT Viper. We have got a red body with a black... What? What? Is that supposed to be like that? Why is it upside down? For those of you who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Wheels cars, when they're facing this direction, right, you're supposed to be able to flip them over and read the bottom of the chassis. Matchbox cars are the other way around. Is this a Matchbox casting that they transferred over to the Hot Wheels line? That is weird. That's not supposed to be like that. All right, that is interesting. Like I said, Hot Wheels cars, almost every Hot Wheels car in existence is like this. This one's the other way around for some reason. That is strange. I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. All right, here we go. So we have got a red body, black chassis, black tires with chrome rims, and a clear window insert. We got SRT on the side, Mopar, Dodge, and then this really awesome just striping effect down the body with the blue and white, which looks really cool. Some comic book stippling in black as well. The set is exactly the same but mirrored. Because this is now a part of the Silver Series collection, we now have headlight, not grill printing on this example, but we now have headlight, tail light, and grill printing as well, which is now really cool on the Stars and Stripes collection. Got the Viper logo, got some striping on the hood with the stippling. Mopar going up across the top, that stripe pattern continues. And then down the back, we've got this blacked out rear end with the tail lights and the Viper logo. It is a really solid looking Viper. Here's the thing though, when I look at this, I don't get Stars and Stripes. You know what I mean? Like I look at this and I'm just like, okay, this is a really cool paint scheme. It does not give off Stars and Stripes in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but this one really does not give off the vibe of Stars and Stripes. But anyway, that is our first car, the 2013 SRT Viper. Got the SRT Viper and the SRT Demon, which I think is also in this set. Yeah, it is. That's funny. All right. Next up is number 2 of 5. It is the 2013 Copo Camaro. Now, this one is... this one actually gives off the vibe of Stars and Stripes. This one, in my opinion, actually matches what I was talking about. You see, this is kind of the thing that I was saying about, like, if you guys follow my Monster Trucks videos, that was the same thing that I was saying about Stars and Stripes JCB Digatron. It didn't look like a Stars and Stripes truck. Like it could have passed as a Christmas truck if you wanted it to. It did not look like a Stars and Stripes vehicle. That's what I was saying about that SRT Viper. It just didn't give off the vibe. That's the same issue. This one, on the other hand, completely does. So here we go. This is the Copo Camaro right here. It does have the skinny. Look at that. It's got the drag racing setup. That's awesome. So we got a dark blue body, a black chassis. And again, look at that. You got the drag racing tires set up there, which is really cool. I love that. You got black tires with red rims in the back and black tires with white rims in the front. Tinted window insert. On the side panel, it says Camaro with the stripes down the side. And all of them stars up there. Again, Stars and Stripes. It makes perfect sense. You don't even have to explain it. You just get it instantly. That looks good. I like that a lot. This paint scheme kills. I love that. That's so cool. Oh, look at the grill printing. Oh, man. You got the Chevy logo with the headlights. You got the blacked out hood scoop with the red stripes, the stars across the top and trunk. You got that striping pattern. And then in the back, you got the Chevy logo with the taillights. Oh, man. Oh, man. I might take back. I had the Shelby GT500 as my favorite car of the set. I might take that back. This is probably my favorite car of the whole set already. That is clean. That is such a clean looking car right there. Oh man, that's good. That's good. That's a good start. All right. Next up, number 3 of 5 is the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Now, the reason why I had this one as my least favorite at the start of the video is because all of the cars in this set have 3 paint colors. They're either red, white, or blue. This one's gray, and I didn't like that. Also, again, this does not give Stars and Stripes. The paint scheme does not give Stars and Stripes. Actually, you know what? Hot Wheels. I'm calling out Hot Wheels here. Only 2 of the cars in this set even have stars on their paint scheme. I think you guys can understand now why this is, in my opinion and in most people's opinions, the worst Stars and Stripes set Hot Wheels has done. Like this car, like I said, this car doesn't even have white anywhere on its paint scheme aside from the stickers. Red, white, and blue. Those are the 3, literally, Stars and Stripes. Stars, stripes, red, white, and blue. Those are the 5 requirements, and those are really easy requirements, and some of these don't even meet half of those. All right. Here we go. This is the SRT Demon right here, a car that I would normally be in love with because I love SRT Demons as vehicles. I think they're fantastic. The paint scheme on this one kind of ruins it for me because, like I said, it's supposed to be a Stars and Stripes car, and it doesn't even look like that. So we got a gray body, a black chassis. Go ahead and read the bottom there. I know you all love when I show the bottom. And then we got black tires with red rims, both front and back, and then a clear window insert. On the side panel, we got Dodge Mopar, the Demon logo, SRT with the reflectors. We got a black and red stripe pattern down the side with this blue stripe back here with some really fun, like, camouflage look, I guess. That's pretty cool. This side's exactly the same, but mirrored. On the front, you got the SRT logo with the headlights. That actually looks really awesome, getting that printing in there. And then on the hood, you've got the red and blue stripes with that splatter camouflage look. black stripes all the way up to the hood, nothing on the trunk though. And then in the back, you got that Dodge taillight setup, which looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like I said, it really does not, like, this is in fact worse than the Viper in my opinion. This just does not look like a Stars and Stripes car. I don't get that vibe from that car at all. This next one though, I very much do. This is, like I said, this is going to be a head-to-head battle between this one and the Camaro for the best car of the set, in my opinion. Number 405, the 2020 Ford Shelby GT500. This is a very pretty car right here. Let's go ahead and rip her open. I hope my studio is big enough to show you guys the thing with the cards at the end. I should be able to do it. It should fit. If it doesn't, I'm going to be upset because, like I said, I want to show that off. I've shown it off in every single Stars and Stripes video I've done so far. If I can't show that off, I'm going to be a little bit upset. All right, here we go. This is the oh man, that is a pretty car. Oh, that's such a good car. Why'd they go so hard with this one? Why did they go so crazy with this car? This thing's beautiful. So we got a white body, a black chassis. Oops, I almost forgot to show the bottom so you guys can read all that. Black chassis, black tires with silver rims, and a tinted window insert. We got Shelby, GT500, Ford, the Cobra logo on the side there. Shelby Cobra? Yeah, that's correct. You got the reflectors, and then on the side panel, you got a blue stripe, a black stripe, and red stripes with that black splatter going on there, as well as black stars there on the side. Look at this side, same thing but mirrored. Looks incredible. Look at all of the front end detailing on this. Look at the headlights, the full like cut in with the black there and the reflectors. On the hood, we got one of the craziest designs of the whole series with the stars, the blue stripes, red stripes, black stripes, the black painted spoiler. Got the Cobra logo with the taillights. Tell me right now this isn't the best car of the whole set. Like the Camaro is probably second best. This is easily the best. Not only is it just a great looking car with a lot of awesome detail, but it is just so far the one that perfectly encapsulates Stars and Stripes, red, white, and blue, America. Like, that is so good. Also, I'm now realizing we've got Chevy and Dodge. No Ford. There is not a, well, wait a minute. The Ford Shelby. Okay, I had to make sure. I was like, I'm noticing there's no Fords in this entire set. That's really funny. It's all American cars, but the Ford one, there's no Fords. I forgot that Shelby was owned by Ford. Anyways, the final car for today's video is the 2020 Corvette right here. Again, it's got the stripes. It's got the red, white, and blue. There's no stars. It's missing the stars. It's got 4 of the 5 requirements in a series where I really feel like no questions asked. Every car should have all 5 requirements. You know what I mean? Like, they're called requirements for a reason. I just feel like whoever came up with these designs, they kind of lacked a little bit, if I'm being dead honest. I don't think they put in grade A effort. Whoever designed that Shelby, though, complete opposite. Whoever designed the Camaro, complete opposite. They put in the best effort. They put in all the effort. All right, here we go. 2020 Corvette. Let's end this on a somewhat strong note. We've got like a blood red body, a black chassis with almost no detail on the bottom. Holy, that is a barren chassis. Black tires with red chrome rims, and then a tinted window insert. Got the Hot Wheels logo on the side with the white, black, and blue lightning bolt design, which looks pretty cool on a normal car. Anyways, like I said, this is definitely not a Stars and Stripes design, but as a normal paint scheme, this looks really awesome. Really cool paint scheme there. You got the headlights painted in. Got some black detailing here on the grille and stuff. Excuse me. On the top of the car going all the way across, you got some really awesome racing stripes. And then on the back, you got Corvette with the taillights. Like I said, as a standard Corvette, if you just handed me this, I would look at that and go, that's crazy. That is an awesome looking Corvette. But if you told me, oh yeah, the theme is Stars and Stripes, I'd raise an eyebrow and I'd be like, I mean, you almost had it. Like, you were so close. Where are the stars? You know, like, where are the stars? You know what I mean? It's just missing something. But anyways, that is the full Stars and Stripes collection there. And we're going to bring all the cars in here for a final little display right here. Like I said, it is an American muscle collection down to the wire here. Except it's kind of not, because Vipers are considered exotic, which is kind of strange. But yeah. And then for those of you who don't know, who have never watched one of my videos on the Stars and Stripes collection before, what's so cool about this entire collection is that if you get all of the cards together and place them side by side, they form a mural. Stay. This is the same anxiety you get when you build a house of cards. So yeah, when you put them all side by side, it creates a mural. How cool is that? That is sick. Now I think you guys can see why this series was so popular. That when you get all the cards together and they make that mural, it is so neat looking. But then, of course, the cards themselves also are, you know, probably the main focus of the series. And like I said, these two right here are the all-stars of the series. Those two are fantastic. The other three I feel like fell flat. They fell flat. But the Shelby and the Shelby and the Camaro, I think, take the W. Team Dodge, you know, I'm usually Team Dodge, man, but they fell short for this series. The Team Dodge really let me down. But yeah, the Copo Camaro and that Ford Shelby are just probably the kings of this whole set. That is incredible. But anyway, everybody, that's all I got for today's video. I'm sorry this came out a week late, but I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.